Hey everyone, it's me, Amber from Reservations and Road Trips, and I wanted to make a video to let you know the process of how we get to our travel inspired merchandise, our inspirational merchandise, our local themed merchandise. So I wanted to tell you how we do it, what we do, who we use, why we use them, that kind of thing, so you can understand start to finish. Originally, when we first started thinking about starting a business, Brian really wanted to make shirts, make merchandise. When he retired, he wanted to find something fun that he could do, something that was challenging, fine motor skills, all that kind of stuff, all the stuff that I don't like, that he loves. And he found that by doing Cricut designs. And he's made us some shirts for trips and just some other fun things that he's done for us. He actually I designed a shirt and he made it, he printed it and did all the things. And we wore it to our first trip to Epic Universe this past spring. And when we were there, we had so many people ask us where we got our shirts. And it was a really simple design, and Brian, like I said, Brian made them, and we were like, okay, people like this stuff. Let's see what else we can do. So initially we thought we would make them all. And then when we started talking to some friends who have already been through this process or who have made merchandise for their small businesses, they were like, that might not be the move for the beginning because you'll have to make things, have inventory, handle shipping. If you're not going to make them, you'll need a local print shop. And eventually that's what we would like to do. Eventually we would like to get to the place where we're using a local business to do the printing and we have inventory on hand, but we're not there yet. So that's a goal for the future. So right now, the process that we use is one that a lot of people use. So I just wanted to walk you through what that looks like. So first of all, we get a design idea, and that can be either something inspired by like a movie, a Bible verse, a place that we've been. My ideas normally hit somewhere between midnight and 4 a.m. and I wake up and I can't sleep until I do what's in my head. And so for me, I use Canva a lot. I get an idea and I go onto Canva, and we have a Canva Pro membership, and I use their design tools to tweak things, make things the way that I like them, something that I would wear or something I know my friends would wear or something like that. And I make everything on Canva. Now, Brian is a little bit different. He loves his AI stuff. So he'll put in some really cool prompts into his ChatGPT and tweak them and take things away and add things and puts together something that looks pretty cool. So I'm old school. I like to do things myself. Brian likes to use the tools and resources that are available. He's way smarter than I am in that front. So more power to him. But anyway, we make the designs. I do mine in Canva. He does his ChatGPT sometimes in Canva. And then we send them to a company we use called Printful. Now, what Printful does is they take our designs and they add them to whatever thing we want. So right now we're focused on mainly t-shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies. There are some notebooks and some tote bags, and we want to get to do some hats. We just haven't gotten those designs tweaked the right dimensions yet. So what we do is we go onto Printful, we download our designs, and we can make mock-ups and make everything work out. It's really user-friendly. It is great, and we pay a membership to Printful. But what Printful does is they actually print everything. They do it made to order. So if a customer orders something, it is made for that person right then, right there. And then we pay Printful to make them, and they also handle the shipping. And that's lovely because we don't have to do that part quite yet. And maybe one day we'll get to that stage, but right now that's not what it's like. And it wouldn't be very cost effective or time efficient for us to add that part. So we are basically putting a middleman in place with Printful, but it's a very beneficial middleman for us for right now in this stage. Printful is linked to our Shopify account. Shopify's job is the storefront. So what Shopify does basically is they offer templates, and we chose a store template, and I went on and designed that and then added our products to the template. So we have some different collections, and when you go to the website, you can scroll through the collections. You can go to the catalog and see everything. You can use the search tool if there's something specific you're looking for. And there's the place to put a blog and contact us and all. And like Brian said in our initial video, it also links to the other social media platforms. So that's what we do. We design them. Printful actually prints them and ships them directly to the customer. And then you find everything though on Shopify. Shopify is the storefront that customers interact with. Customers do not interact with Printful. We interact with Printful. And once we were on Printful, I had to decide what products we would use and what companies, like what companies of shirts and things like that. Now, I have ordered shirts in my past jobs for big events, and typically you go with whatever is the most budget friendly, but it might not be the best quality shirt. And so when I was talking to some of our friends before we got started, I asked, like, what do you want? What would you be looking for? And one of the moms said, I want something that my kid or that I can wear more than just for this one event, that it will like stand up and be good quality. I was like, okay, I hear you. I love that. So I did some research. Now, some of our products, I think some of the sweatshirts, the crew neck sweatshirts are the Gildan brand, which is a solid company. A lot of schools use Gildan. I've used them in the past. It's solid. It's not the highest quality, but it's solid. It's a good product. But what I wanted to do for the t-shirts especially was find a company that was higher quality, but also I don't know, that I just liked their business model. And so I'm going to read to you, and I'll put the links and everything in here as well. But the company I chose to go with for our t-shirts and our I think it's like the women's and men's, the unisex hoodies, is a company called Cotton Heritage. Cotton Heritage is an international company with expertise that extends from decades of providing our customers with premium quality apparel blanks. We are a Mill Direct WRAP certified company that is committed to creating ethically produced garments with superior printability. So I was like, okay, that sounds great, but I don't know what WRAP certification is. So achieving a WRAP certification is a collaborative approach working with facilities to ensure they remain in compliance with these 12 principles, which I'll share with you in just a minute. The facilities must be actively engaged, ensuring effective management systems are in place and demonstrating that they can do and fulfill their social compliance obligations. Certification depends upon number of corrective actions required and the responsiveness of the facility to correct all non-compliance identified in an audit. WRAP certification will only be granted after all corrective actions have been implemented and verified. I like accountability. I'm a big fan of it. So what does it mean to be WRAP certified, and why did I go with Cotton Heritage for the bulk of our clothing items? Their 12 principles are compliance with laws and workplace regulations, prohibition of forced labor, prohibition of child labor, prohibition of harassment and abuse, compensation and benefits, hours of work, prohibition of discrimination, health and safety, freedom of association and collective bargaining, environment, customs compliance, security. And I'm going to share some graphics on my story that will go into those details more of what each of those principles means. But to me, that was really important. I liked the idea of an ethically based company. When you're doing a drop shipping thing, you can go the path of a product that's least expensive, but it might not be coming from an ethically conscious company. And so I'm sure that there are flaws with Cotton Heritage, as there are flaws with all big businesses, but I really like what they stand for and what they say they are, and being part of that accountability with the WRAP certification. So that's why I chose that brand for the bulk of our clothing items. It is more expensive than certain items or certain brands, but it's higher quality, ethically produced. And I really liked the color choices. I thought they were a little bit different than the standard and the norm. So I liked the options that they gave. Also, it was important to us that we include products that would range for a whole family. So from infants to adults. So that meant I had to pick and choose companies, Bella Canva being one of them, that actually makes products that size. Cotton Heritage didn't have a lot of options in the smaller sizes for kiddos, But the goal was that if you were planning a trip for a family, whether it's to go to the zoo, to go to a theme park, to wear for a Christmas party, whatever, that you would have options for all sizes, teeny people to grown-up people. So I hope you'll take a look at all of that when you're on there. And then the process on your end, if you're a customer, all you have to do is to go on Shopify. You go to our website, www.reservationsandroadtrips.com, and then you can see our catalog. You order from there. You do everything from there. We get a notification. And what's cool is when we get a new order and we get the notification, we can move the money around to our charitable giving line. So if you order anything from the Reservations and Road Trips merchandise, so a shirt, sweatshirt that says Reservations and Road Trips, 100% of those proceeds go to our charitable giving line. And we're going to build that up. And we have a few families that we've already identified who we want to provide with an expense-free, hopefully stress-free, quality time focused vacation in the future. The rest of the products will go to our main budget, which will cover income, and then we will take a portion of that and also add it to the charitable giving as well. So as you guys, like we've talked about before, and what we really want people to understand is, yes, the business part of it, the merchandise end of it is important because it does bring in revenue for us. That revenue will fund the ability for our memberships to Printful, Canva, and for us to be able to take some trips ourselves where we can provide some quality content and tips and tricks and helpful hints and things like that for other people to take those trips as well. But that's one piece, but a big piece for us is to be able to make travel happen for people no matter their age, stage, or budget. So that's the process. I just wanted you to know you have a little behind the scenes as to how everything happens from start to finish and what products we use and why. And if any changes happen, if we find a better avenue to do this, then I'll share that with you. And if we get to the place where we can eventually use a local printer and have inventory, I'll keep you in the circle with that as well. All right, so there's a little information behind the scenes of Reservations and Road Trips. We're so glad that you're on this journey with us. Have a great day. Bye-bye.